Hi, I'm Osama Saifan. I'm the operations manager in the highway department in Combined Group and the team leader for the BIM software development.
I'm Cody. I am senior software engineer in Combined Group.
Hello, my name is Hussam Aboud. I'm civil engineer in Combined Group.
Hello, I'm Tariq Bider, a mechanical engineer at Combined Group Company.
The idea of BIM came about since we are utilizing a central document control system, utilizing PM Web in our situation. We have a wealth of data that contains lots of details and documentation for our projects. So the idea came about if there is a nice graphical tool that we will basically build on and access the data in a much easier way and try to have a graphical user interface to get quick access to the data that we already have. And we started with a small team and we put this vision and challenges in front of them, and we met regularly trying to brainstorm and come up with ideas to achieve the best results. The definition of the BIM, which is a short for Building Information Modeling, is a process involving the generation and management of digital representations of physical and functional characteristics of places or projects. So basically it's files and data which can be exchanged or networked to provide information about a project, component or an element, progress or status to support project management in a decision-making process. The current BIM software is used by individuals, businesses, and government agencies who plan, design, construct, operate, and maintain diverse projects. So basically it serves the whole cycle of the assets with the projects, from planning stage to maintenance and later on for demolition and recycling. We're currently using PM Web as our electronic document control, and it has a map view of the projects, a graphical presentation of the location of the projects overlaid into a 2D map. So that capability have given us some ideas if this graphical presentation could be expanded on and used for further development that are useful for the users and the project management. So in principle, we have this idea that when we click on the icon of the project or the pen that represent the project, basically a window that comes up that give us an indication on the health of the project, both time-wise and financially. So we have the first challenge to the team. Let's split and get our resources lined up. So we have our IT person in charge of exploring the 2D graphical capabilities that are built on the maps and the links from PM Web. Also, we have challenged our technical team to start modeling the project, the 2D project, on putting it on like a Google Map actual coordinates. So this way, once we zoom in the map, we'll have two coordinates of the project in relation to the surroundings. So we put the task And we've given the challenge to the team, and we've given them 1 week to come back and report what are the challenges or the accomplishments that they have reached. And expanding on that, we have tried to expand that from a 2D to 3D, just an idea, and we challenged the team if they could come up with a solution that will incorporate a 3D model presentation of the projects rather than a 2D. So we have a small team dedicated to model the 3 current projects that we are doing. And basically they started with AutoCAD drawings and that they exported into SketchUp, a 3D program. And they created an accurate 3D presentation of the project based on the 2D AutoCAD drawings. Then the 2D AutoCAD were converted into 3D, imported into SketchUp, and SketchUp have extruded it into 3D using several techniques. Our talented engineers, Engineer Huda Hassaniya and Engineer Tariq Bidair and Hussam Al-Hajj, are responsible for the 3D modeling in SketchUp. They have done a tremendous job modeling 3 of our projects in total in less than 2 months. It's a great team to be able to work with.
My challenge now is how to embed and open Google Earth application in BIM.
So the first challenge was trying to explore the web-based graphical engine. We started with a 2D engine, which is similar to what PM Web had. The PM Web have a very limited accessibility, and then we explored in order to utilize external link to a 2D map where we could overlay our models. Once we succeeded doing that in 2D, we challenged the team into integrating it or changing it into 3D, which has lots of challenges with the available tools and the techniques to do the overlays over Google model. Which we later tackled and developed. First task normally in a project is developing a schedule or a CPM, and in developing the project elements or components has to be broken down into a logical distribution based on a milestone, and then based on an area, and then based on elements, and then its connectivity to the bill of quantity. And it is then broken up into milestones. The activities are broken down into a logical numbering system. Start with the stage of the project, and then the milestone, which we have 3 milestones in this prototype project, and then the type and location, whether it's a bridge at IC 17, so basically you have a location, and the type of the work, whether it's a superstructure, substructure, utilities. And then work group and area, so basically you break it into areas north and south, and so on and so forth. And then the relation to a bill of quantity. So there is a logical system, a 20-digit numbering system that's used, and once you get used to it, from the number, you'll be able to know what stage, what milestone, what type, and what area, and what the quantity, which is a very useful system. And this particular project we ended up with 10,500. In this particular sample projects, we have 3 milestones. So we would take the drawings and break them up into logical areas for milestone 2, milestone 3, and then take that and further breaking it up into areas. And basically we assign construction activities based on that numbering system. So once the CPM or the schedule of the project has been developed based on a logical numbering system, the database of Primavera schedule has been imported into the planning module of PM Web using some techniques of transferring it and linking it to the appropriate data fields. And that process is done fairly smooth to transfer 10,500 activities with the logic and links and all the related scheduling data into PM Web that then will be utilized to follow up the progress of the project. So when you do the daily report, you pull those activities which are already built in the system. So the daily report accesses all those activities. So you pull the appropriate activity you're working on, and you attach quantities that is performed in that particular day, or a percent complete that you could estimate for that activity. And every day you build on it, you add new activities, and you keep updating your quantities on a daily basis. That is automatically will update the schedule of the project. And that also in the daily report includes the resources, which is manpower, material, and equipment. And once you have the data in, you could print any report you want in any format, in any shape. This is one sample of the output. And then you could connect all that to a dashboard where it could tell you the status of your submittals, request for information, change events, punch lists, workflow, minutes of meetings, so all of that in a dashboard. Once we have that data, so our goal is to connect graphically the 2D presentation or a map view of our projects that are linked to all that data and progress. And later on, we challenged the team to make it into 3D rather than a 2D, where we modeled the whole project and we've given it like a snow framework model. And that snow model will present all the elements of the project. And as we finish, or as we work on a particular element, so the progress is more than 1% in that particular element, we switch the color from snow to orange. So by looking at it, you will be physically to know which areas that are under construction. And then once that element is finished or 90% complete, we switch it to a realistic finish color, beige in this particular one, and the construction activities move to the upper deck, which is now in orange. So physically we're able to tell what progress, what's the current construction hotspots or elements that are under construction. And then you get into the deck is now colored, so it's finished, and then you get into the finishing activities, which is that. Then you could drill in by hitting one of those buttons on the status, schedule-wise and financial-wise. And then basically links are endless, and you can get to the detail, a summary of the area, summary of the project, summary of the particular element. All of that is done electronically. It's all coded in, just a matter of filtering and searching the database and representing the information unique in the database. This is a bar chart or a status bar, and give you the task ID and then the original budget, the current cost, budget to date, and any variances, and then also to give you the baseline schedule and how you're doing against the baseline. And then there's flags. Green means you're in good shape, red means you have a problem. So you'll be able to pinpoint the problems early on, like an early flag, and we could get details as we want for utilities, for superstructure, substructure. We could even access data like shop drawings and approvals. Engineer Huda was responsible for the graphical design of the icons and the pins. So once we have figured it out, the connectivity between the graphical presentation to the database, then the possibilities are endless. You'll be able to create and attach a pin or an icon on the graphical presentation to pull out any kind of data or information from the database. That could be the checklists, which is inspection lists, or it could be the RFIs, request for information, or drawing, or shop drawing, or drawing status, or any correspondence regarding that particular element. So it's a matter of just making a link between your database and the graphical presentation to access any kind of information. So the possibilities are quite endless, and it's very useful. And now we have figured out the engine to do that. So you could see the usefulness of the system and the expandability that you could expand it to cover all those areas. In conclusion, we have demonstrated the capabilities of graphical access or BIM system to access the database, and this product is ready and configured to be started on our just started project RA210, and all the custom forms and workflows are ready. So we are ready to hit the ground running and go into implementation and go live. All of this will not be possible without the tremendous work of the team to accomplish such a big task in a very short period. And in order to utilize it in a project execution, it requires the whole project team to utilize it. Together, and only together, we can achieve our goals. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you very much for watching our presentation.